Caroline, we good?
Good evening. My name is Chris Bodnick, and I want to welcome everyone to our men's and women's combined virtual transition ceremony. Really excited that we've gotten this going again and have been able to adapt given COVID conditions. We look forward to the opportunity to do these in person with the community and hope that we're getting closer to being able to do that. Healing Transitions is a nonprofit. It is supported by a number of volunteers, of which we're very grateful and thankful to our board of directors and our board of trustees who are responsible for the fiscal responsibility of the organization, making sure we raise the money to keep the doors open so we can continue to provide services to those who need it the most. I want to thank our staff and participants for the work that they put in on ceremony days in helping get us ready. For those who are joining us today, whether you're in person or watching live, this is a fantastic opportunity to hear different stories of how people got into recovery and how they're staying into recovery. I hope you'll walk away with this with a dose of gratitude and appreciation for what happens here and the community that helps to support recovery. At this time, we're going to go over to the women's campus, and I'm pleased to be able to introduce Ms. Tracy Freeman.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Tracy Freeman Hines. I'm the planning room supervisor here at the women's campus. I'm also alumni number 110, a person in long-term recovery. What that means is that I haven't had a need to use drugs or alcohol or change the way I feel for almost 9 years. So we're here tonight to celebrate recovery. We have 4 young ladies we would like to recognize who have completed our program. What they will be receiving in recognition of that is a medallion. On one side, it says, "I am responsible one day at a time," with alumni in the middle, and on the back side, it has Healing Transitions of Raleigh. So just to get started, the first alumni we would like to recognize is Miss Amanda Day. This young lady was referred to us by her father and arrived to our program on May 24th, 2019. She did a few days in our non-medical detox and entered the motivation and engagement track on May 31st. Amanda had a smooth path through our program with very few issues, completing a service commitment as a peer mentor and transitioning out of our program as an alumni on July 19, 2020. While engaged in the commitment and transitional portions of our program, Amanda received suggestions from her peers for behaviors such as not following community guidelines, messy room, doing nothing, and a handful of job irresponsibilities. Some of the suggestions she received were 500 words on dishonesty, 500 words on where has self-will gotten me in the past, a 30-day daily planner, and 1,000 words on healthy boundaries. While here, Amanda wrote over 6,000 words, attended 509 12-step meetings, and was engaged in our program a total of 415 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 267, Amanda Day. It's been a long time coming for this.
My name is Amanda Day, and I'm a grateful and recovering alcoholic and addict. First, I want to thank the staff, all of the staff of Healing Transitions, for being on the front lines, battling this progressive and fatal disease of addiction. Before I came to HT, I could not, for the life of me, figure out how to live life without drugs or alcohol. This place and the 12-step program it teaches has given me, as our literature states, a profound alteration in my reaction to life. I no longer need a substance to make it through the day. Also, before I came here, I never thought I had anything of value to offer anyone. This program has taught me to be helpful and useful to the people around me in so many ways. I want to thank my family and my boyfriend for believing me on every step of this journey, especially my father, who drove to Georgia and Florida 2 separate times to bring me here from jail. You have been my hero in my entire life, and I always wanted to make you proud. I'm grateful that Wake County has provided such an incredible resource for people like me. Most of all, I want to thank God for his love and grace that I'm now able to contribute to this world instead of taking from it. So I have a Bible verse that I've been holding on to since room 1, which is about like 3 months into the program. So, and I wanted to read it. And in this, I give advice. It is to your advantage not only to be doing what you began and were desiring to do a year ago, but now you also must complete the doing of it. That as there was a readiness to desire it, so there also may be a completion out of what you have. For if there is first a willing mind, it is accepted according to what one has and not according to what he does not have. Thank you, guys.
All right, the next alumni that we would like to recognize is Miss Mary Warmy. Mary was referred to us by a member of Raleigh's recovery community. She entered our program through our detox on August 5th, 2018, and transitioned to MEP1 on August 12th. Mary had a smooth path through the program and got addressed quite a bit on attitudes and behaviors while here. Let's just say her peers were extremely concerned about her. Some of those attitudes and behaviors were inappropriate comments, gossiping, inconsideration, bad attitude, overstepping, and dishonesty. She received suggestions in the form of writings and actions such as 1,000 words on 100% honesty, 1,000 words on trusting the process, 1,000 words on I am not unique, a 30-day it no longer serves me log, and a 2-page synopsis on my best thinking got me here. Mary completed a service commitment as a peer mentor and was able to transition out of our program on August 23rd, 2020. While here, Mary attended a total of 648 12-step meetings, wrote over 9,000 words, and was engaged in our program a total of 377 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 268, Mary Warmy.
Okay, so my name is Mary Warmy. And I did not write anything. What I can say is before I came to Healing Transitions is I was broken. I lived in fear. Fear of I wouldn't open my door. I wouldn't answer my phone. Fear of the law and fear of the people that I was doing wrong on the streets against. And I think really before I got here, I had completely given up, right? I had lost all hope of any chance of me getting some recovery. I've been at this for probably a long time, a really long time. And so I had really lost all hope, and I really thought I was going to die as a direct result of my lifestyle, if not drugs themselves. But I think more so the lifestyle I was living. I couldn't, as much as I wanted to quit, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't stay stopped. I tried multiple times. I'd been through the program. I had been sober for a number of years. And so I couldn't quite figure it out. I just thought something was wrong with me, all right? And the big book talks about some of us being totally incapable of being honest and some just being mentally and emotionally. And I just use it as an excuse, really. Like, I just thought there was something wrong with me mentally. And it was only really truly by the grace of God, through some women that are actually living this program, that did a little outreach and told me when I was done, they knew of a place I could go. And I was in sobriety court, y'all. I could not piss clean. I could not have my bracelet go off because I wouldn't follow the rules because I couldn't stay in the house. And I wanted to. I mean, I really, really wanted to. I ruined all my friendships, my family. As a result of the way I was living, I was lying, stealing, cheating. If it wasn't bolted down, I was taking it. And that's pretty much how I was living. And I saw some people that I used to run with get killed. And that really inspired me to try one last time. And I got to give a shout out to harm reduction. Because if it was not for people working in harm reduction, I wouldn't have found my way here. And that's Wake County and Cumberland County. And, you know, those people are still really valuable to my recovery. Coming to Healings Transitions was my one and last shot at doing recovery. And I was willing to give it 110% when I got here because I was just tired of looking over my shoulder and living in fear and being in and out of jail, hospitals, you name it. And being homeless, right? Like I couldn't hold a job down. I didn't want a job anymore at this point. Like I just took everything from people that worked. Coming Healing Transitions has given me the ability to learn so much about me, right? Because it's not about anybody else. And when I went to Sandalwood and Fayetteville, I tried to sober up 9 years ago there, and their mirror says, you're looking at the problem. It's an inside job. And that always stuck with me. And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, what's the inside job? What else do I need to do? I've had so much therapy in my life. I couldn't figure it out. But what I didn't have was a God of my understanding. And coming here allowed me, honestly, the clicker for me is breaking down the first step, y'all, recovery dynamics. I've been over, most of y'all know this, 40 rehabs. Nobody's ever broken down the first step like recovery dynamics does. And that was my life. I could just see it on the board when they did it. And then I was like, aha, that's it, man. Like I just can't do it, right? It's gonna kill me. And I keep buying into these lies. So coming here gave me the opportunity to build a network, to learn, to get some exercise, like all the things that I didn't think I had any desire to do. You know, I was able to run a half marathon while I was here, which was never on my to-do list. But the opportunities that we're given here, having conversations, right? I used to be that person. I couldn't have a conversation. I was the runner, right? I don't like conflict. I'd rather go the other way. And really, it gave me a safe place to be. This is what I know. Being here, even though I had some challenges, being here allowed me to stay put, sit still long enough to let the God of my understanding work in my life and put some amazing women in my life today. You know, I could go on and on and on, but I'm not going to hold you all hostage. The men's probably want to share too. Y'all have a great night.
All right. So the next young lady we would like to recognize is Miss Dawn Dean. Dawn was referred to us by her family and entered our program through our non-medical detox on July 29th, 2019. She was able to transition to the first portion of our program on August 2nd. Dawn Dean also had a smooth path through our program without too many hiccups. However, we did find out she is an undercover angry person, which she also received some help on from her peers. Dawn Dean also completed a service commitment as a peer mentor, and while here was able to transition out into alumni status on September 4th, 2020. While engaged in our program, Dawn was addressing attitudes and behaviors such as messy rooms 6 times, sign out issues 3 times, 2 do nothings, 2 inconsiderations, and 1 bad attitude. To help with these behaviors, Dawn received suggestions such as 1,000 words on how my self-will landed me in a homeless shelter, 1,000 words on feelings aren't fact, and 500 words on messy bed, messy life. While here, Dawn attended 412 12-step meetings, wrote over 1,300 words, and was engaged in our program a total of 399 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 273.
All right, first of all, I want to thank you, Healing Transition, because I would not be standing here today without y'all and with all the workers here and everything. When I first came in, let's see, July 29th, I was angry. You can see it on the picture. So. I was angry and I was not staying here. I kept on saying I was leaving every day. But without Healing Transition, I wouldn't be alive today. I would not be standing here right now. I would not be alive today without God. Healing Transition kept me sober, and also Healing Transition also showed me my true self. When I came in here, I hated myself. I never thought I could be happy again. It was, even from a little girl, I don't think I've ever been happy since the age of 9. And when I came in here, it took time and I worked through everything. The classes helped me. Make sure you attend all the classes because they all helped me. Everything helped me. The most important thing that helped me is working with Miss Tracy in the planning room, because I am not a speaker getting in front of people. I taught classes. That brought me out of my shell, and everything was great. I mean, I love this place. I mean, I could not ask for nothing more. My parents brought me in July 29th, and I want to thank them for never giving up on me. I mean, they gave me a choice, go to jail or come here, because I stole from them right before I came here. I stole thousands of dollars from them. So they gave me a choice, come here or go there. And right before I came here, I lost custody of my son. So that was a big thing. And actually I walked out of their house and said, I'm not going nowhere. And then something in the back of my head saying, I got kids, I got to do this for my kids. So when I ended up in here, what helped me is the support of my family. I have 2 wonderful kids, Jordan and Jared, and they wrote me letters every week. I'm so proud of you, Mom. I'm so proud of you. And also my parents. And that's all I ever wanted to hear, that word, I'm proud of you. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who supported me through this journey, all my family and all, and I couldn't do it without you. And I want to thank Miss Tracy, Casey House, to dealing with all my attitudes here. I used to be angry, going down the halls, cussing out the walls. It didn't matter who was in front of me, I was cussing them out. But I worked through them. I'm not that angry anymore. So I just want to thank you, my family, for everything you have done for me and for never giving up on me. Thank you.
All right, so the final young lady we would like to acknowledge was referred to us by the North Carolina prison system. She came to us after being released from prison. And I didn't mean to say that like that. Probably sounds like, oh my God, she's so horrible that the president didn't want her. But no, she was released from prison and entered the motivational portion of our program on February 10th, 2020. April also had a pretty smooth path through our program and completed her service commitment in administration as an assistant to staff. While here, April was addressing some attitudes and behaviors such as messy room, inappropriate behavior, bad attitude, and not following community guidelines. She received suggestions from her peers such as teaching a class on pride, a compassion log for 1 week, a 1 week expectations log, a 2-week annual log, and to teach an open class on acceptance. While engaged in our program, April attended 445 12-step meetings, wrote over 5,000 words, and was engaged in our program a total of 370 days. Please help me welcome Healing Transitions alumni number 282, April Shaw.
Okay. Hey, everybody. As you heard, I am April Shaw of Silver Chipper 282. To me, this is an honor. And I knew I was going to cry, so yeah. I did come here from prison. My life was very unmanageable, and I was very angry, and I was very hurt, and just lost. I was so lost. By the grace of God, I'm standing here today. I thank Miss Tracy, Casey. I love y'all with all my heart. Gina Martin, Jamie Elk, and all of my sisters here in this room. I love each and every one of y'all. Before I came here, I didn't love myself, and I learned how to love myself while I was here. I have values today. I got rid of my anger. Still a little prideful at times. I'm working on that. You know, we don't get it completely. We just learn to do better. I just want to say, Bryson, I know you're watching this. And Mommy loves you. And I thank you for supporting me. And Evan Shaw, I love you too, baby. I love you to the moon and back. And Mama, if you're watching this, I love you. And I just want to say, recovery has brought my children back in my life. It's brought me and my mom back together. I'm just truly thankful for what this program offers. Prison done me a lot of good, but the discipline that I received here was love. Love. I have a poem that I wrote in prison in 2019, and I just wanted to share it with y'all. Never question why. Time slips by, we all have memories that make us cry. Life throws curves, never question why. We make mistakes, hard lessons learned. Some of us survive, others get burned. Life throws curves, it's a road with many turns. The future is unknown. It's all about choices and having faith. We can all agree it is no piece of cake. Stand firm on solid ground. Put God first, make him proud. Time slips by, we all have memories that make us cry. Life throws curves, never question why. Thank y'all.
For sharing your journey with us. Right now, we're going to turn it over to the planning room coordinator over at the men's campus, Mr. William Dickens.
Right, my name is William Dickens. I'm the planning room coordinator for the men's and women's facility of Healing Transitions. And things have been going so smooth, I'm gonna try not to throw a monkey wrench in it. But y'all do know, as I was told at the last ceremony, we got out of here early, but William Dickens still did a lot of talking. So I got to probably say a few things quickly. I'm a person in long-term recovery. My sobriety date is 9/15/2002. By the grace of God, I've been clean and sober over 18 years. I heard Amanda over at the women say how she wanted to thank the people of Wake County. I also would like to thank you because I truly believe if it wasn't for the Healing Transition, I would be dead today. Also, I would like to invite you to become a change maker, alumni, and anybody that have been affiliated with Healing Transitions. A change maker is somebody that simply gives back a little bit that was so freely given to you. We got an alumni that's going to speak tonight, and I see he already said he had become a change maker, which a lot of people are becoming one, but we're trying to do some things around here, y'all. We're trying to expand. So if you truly thank the HT for what it done to you, for you, I'm talking about the people that came through here. We like the outside help too, but I'm strictly talking to alumni and people that's been associated with HT that say how much you love HT. I'm just saying, I say that because I am a change maker and I'm proud to be one. Moving on. The first silver tipper we're going to be recognizing tonight is Mr. Anthony August. Anthony arrived here through the Trillium services. I'm going to let Anthony explain that to you. But I'm so grateful that recovery is branching out because when I made it to Healing Transitions in 2002, there was no Trillium helping at that time in my hometown. So I am so grateful for Trillium. Anthony arrived at Healing Transitions October 26, 2018, completed the program and moved out into alumni status on March 9, 2020. While in this program, Anthony was addressed on behaviors such as not too ready, missing B&G meeting, miss hall chores, poor job performance, late for work 3 times, forgot detox, poor job performance 2 times, broken commitment, sign in and out issue, and also, I get it wrong sometimes, but I think to become a it costs $35 a night to stay here. Am I right or wrong? $55 a night to stay here. So if I say, I don't want to say how many days somebody stayed here, because I don't want y'all to get up and run out. So all I say is Anthony was here, and I'm not going to tell you how many days, but he attended 507 meetings. Please help me welcome Silver Chip alumni number 893, Mr. Anthony Austin. From my hometown.
Thank you. I'm Anthony. I'm a grateful recovering alcohol addict. I'm truly grateful for Healing Transitions and everybody here, everybody associated. If you are here, you're in the right place. You're in a good place. This place saved my life. What it was like for me, I was, as Mr. Dickens was just saying, I was very irresponsible. And that affected not only me, but my family members and people that cared about me. And alcohol and drugs was something that it not only harmed me, but it harmed those who cared about me, because it put me in a state of mind of being mentally unhealthy. So when I got here, the way I got here, I went to detox several times, and then finally somebody in Washington County told me about Healing Transitions, and fortunately, luckily, Trillium made it available for me because I wasn't from this area. So I'm truly grateful for that part of the program. If it wasn't for them, this miracle wouldn't have happened for me. Several times I tried to do this on my own, and the miracle that happens here is not only that do you learn how to stay clean and sober, but you also learn how to think and behave in a responsible way, in a healthy way. So it helps you in a whole lot of other ways other than just not drinking. It also affects those that care a lot about you. So I'll be forever grateful for this place, for what it's done for me and my family, and those who care about me, and those that I continue to try to help today. Going through this program, when I first got here, I wanted help, but it was nothing like I had ever experienced before. I didn't want to be sleeping on the floor and that kind of stuff, but I you know, my mother helped me get through that, because she said, "You're not coming home, you're staying." So I'll be forever grateful for her for that also. But once I got past the first couple of weeks and realized that this was really some opportunity for me, I really surrendered and gave myself wholeheartedly to this process, and that's when I was able to get help. I love being in this program. I love working in the planning room. I love working with others. I learned so much in this process because I got to practice what I was learning on a day-to-day basis. The things that they talked about and the things that they taught us, we learned because we had to deal with each other. You know, we were all trying to find our way through this process, but we worked together. You know, I got a family here and a home that I will always, you know, consider my home and be grateful for, because I'm a part of something now that's important to me, and so in so many different kind of ways. So if you're here, I encourage you to stay. If you had to come back, I encourage you to continue to keep that on trying, because it's here for you. You just got to really surrender, like, you know, like I did. I surrendered. I said I had enough, and I got out of my own way, because I was in my own way for a long time. And when I finally decided that, you know, I'm gonna do this, man. I'm gonna let God help me, because I did it my way for so long that I don't like the results I'm getting. I did it my way long enough, you know. So it works for me today. You know, what I learned here, I apply on a day-to-day basis. Didn't know. I didn't hit the lottery. I didn't make a whole lot of money and none of that, you know. I'm still struggling in areas of life that we're supposed to, um, learning how to deal with things, and without drugs and alcohol, staying sober and applying what you learn, talking to people, going to meetings, having relationships with people who are doing the same thing you're doing. All this stuff helped me, man. It really showed me how to grow up. Finally, 50 years old, I grew up. I started having relationships with my family like I'm supposed to. We have conversations, and I talk to my kids and my relatives, my sister, and everybody on a regular basis. It's awesome. So that's what it's like today. This is truly a miracle. I'm a miracle standing up here because I couldn't have did it. I almost died out there. So if you're here, give yourself a chance. It's worth it. I appreciate you. I love you all, and God bless. Thank you.
The next new alumni we're going to be recognizing Mr. Scott Burline. Scott's journey began at HT in the Met One program on April 29, 2019. He completed the program and moved out into alumni status on July 13, 2020. Some of the suggestions Scott received from his peers was poor job performance 4 times, late to community entitlement, he had too many shoes, some of his Enoch, self-will, self-centeredness, and some other things I'm not going to get into. But Scott, he signed out late or came back late with curfew, one of them, I'm not sure. But some of the help he got was not to step up anymore, exception for job duty, 10 days of positive affirmations, list 5 attributes of being a good leader, another 1-week step-up ban. Scott also did a term in the planning room. Please help me welcome Silvertip alumni number 911 that was here attended 496 total meetings, and I'm not going to say how many days. Mr. Scott Burline.
My name's Scott Byron. I'm an alcoholic. Grateful in recovery since April 12th of 2019. And I would describe my life before I got to Healing Transition as sick in body, mind, and spirit. When I first got to HT, I even had a limp. I had been drinking so hard that I had nerve damage in my right foot. And I dragged my foot up here, walked up April 12th, it was a rainy day. And I'm really grateful for Healing Transitions because I feel like I needed to surrender to the walls and program at Healing Transitions before I could ever really surrender to a power greater than myself, God of my understanding. The program sort of gave me the basics of discipline I needed to sort of grow up, like it was shared earlier. Sort of live an adult life. I had just turned 30 years old and didn't really have much to show for it. So I came to Raleigh to get sober, and this beautiful program was here for me. While I was here, I learned a few healthy outlets, for stress and stuff like that didn't involve drugs and alcohol. I got really involved in Run Club. Fitness became a big part of my recovery. Never would have thought that would happen before I got here. And the biggest thing that Healing Transitions gave me was the bonds that I formed while I was here, the friendships, and transitioning out and moving through those relationships, those brothers that I made while I was here have been my rock, no doubt about that. You do form a deep bond with the guys while you're here, the guys you go through the program with. You guys go through a lot of stuff together, a lot of little things that the program will teach you, and you watch each other grow. And you grow really attached to them, and like I said, they're my rock. Yeah, so another thing I'm grateful for was I was here right during when the COVID pandemic hit. I really can't even imagine how hard it would have been to try to stay sober in early recovery with a big event like that happening. I was transitioning out, and while I wasn't always graceful about it, I was ready to move on, get on with my life. I had been here for a little while. But looking back, I'm glad I was here during that pivotal moment, because I don't know if I could be standing here today, 2 years sober, if that hadn't been the case. Healing Transitions kind of showed me the well-traveled path. I got a job at a State Farmers Market restaurant where a lot of people in recovery work and have been. A lot of HG alumni work there or have worked there in the past. I moved into sober living as was suggested. I would say the big takeaway, recovery for me is trying to live in a way that makes me worthy of the gifts that have been so freely bestowed on me, and trying to be a better man every day. And I'm just so grateful. All I kind of feel like I did was just sort of stubbornly stick around and let things happen. That's all I did. Didn't want to be here every minute of it, but if you stick with it and you take this seriously, you accept that this is your life right now, and you try to be the best member of the community you can be while you're here, you will get results out of it. Forever grateful for Healing Transitions. Thank you very much.
Right. The next new alumni we're going to be recognizing is Mr. Brian Marsh. Brian Marsh, Mr. New York Giant. Brian engaged with Healing Transition Network Program on May 7, 2019, and had a pretty sail through the program. In the CTR1, he received help from his peers. Sign-out issue, forgot his meeting sheet, not to ready, poor job performance 3 times. Some of his enochs were procrastination, self-centeredness, laziness, self-will, inconsideration. One of his concerns that he had to chair 3 detox meetings and do 2 detox interviews. Please help me welcome Silver Chip alumni, Mr. Brian, 913, Mr. Brian Marsh.
How's everybody doing tonight?
All right, good.
When I was at probably the lowest point I've been in my whole life, I was desperate and scared and nowhere to go. Healing Transitions was here and gave me a place to stay. I had no idea how I was going to live the rest of my life with or without some kind of substance. And fortunately, being here, I didn't even have to figure that out. I just had to stop doing things my way and take some guidance and some suggestions from people that were living their lives the way that I wanted to live my life. That guy right over there did my intake. Thank you. I was in rough shape when I got here, but luckily I met some good people, and they steered me in the right direction. I've fought 12-step programs for years and years, probably 15 years or so. I saw that this was a 12-step based program when I got here, and I had a plan to leave here very shortly, but like I said, I was desperate and in bad shape, and I never did figure that out. So I stuck around long enough and listened to some people, listened to what was going on in these classes, got a sponsor, worked his steps. That was huge. I never would have done AA or NA on my own if I hadn't ended up here. And being here, I was given the opportunity to work those steps, work on myself, and learn about myself and practice this new way of life, practice living the principles in these steps. And I was able to build a network of people that are in my life today. Most of the people that are in my life today are in recovery, and that goes a long way. I'm fortunate enough to work not too far from here at the farmer's market over there at Ford's Produce, so that a lot of days when I get off work, I can come over here and read with guys, take guys through the steps, or just hang out. And the way the program is set up for alumni to do that is something special. Just being in this room, being on this property, I get a feeling that I can never put into words, but it's a great feeling, and this place means so much to me. And I'm grateful that I found it. I'm grateful to have it in my life still today. Thank you.
Well, I don't know what's gonna happen next, cause there's always somebody that, lighten it up in here a little bit, and this next gentleman, Mr. Keith Zammit. Keith first, because of time, I'm not gonna go into a lot of stuff. I'm just saying Keith arrived at Met One on 12/7/2018. He was discharged from the program 12/14/2018. He returned, he went into Met One again on 1/15/2019. He was discharged 4/1/2019. He returned on 5/2/2019. He was voted into CTR2 on 10/22/2019. He got some suggestions while in CTR2. He refused the suggestions. He left. He still was determined to finish what he started. He came back and went in front of his peers and was voted into alumni status. While here, Keith had so many concerns, so many emails. Not to already, late for meditation, entitlement, people pleasing, 24-hour buddy bag with Sam K, 24-hour buddy bag with Luke R, verbal roster check with the planning room. Yes, sir, I remember you had them guys in there turning, sir. 1,000 words on what others see in me that I don't see in myself. Keith is a typical example of not giving up. And I'm telling you right now, Keith is coming back and he's working the program. He's taking guys to meet all these guys up. And I'm saying I see Keith a lot. He's coming back teaching classes, man. He's doing what's asked of him. And, so please help me welcome Silver Tip alumni number 916.
How's everybody doing? Shout out to all our sisters at the Women's Place and everybody tuning in. We appreciate it. So I want to do something different. Because when I got here, I used to say that I didn't hurt my family, and I was they dropped me off. They loved me. They dealt with me. I never realized how much I made them suffer. Mentally, and them worrying about me if, they're going to get a phone call that, I ended up passing away. And I'm very thankful to this place that my dad actually heard about this place through one of his coworkers. And if it wouldn't be for that, I honestly don't think I wouldn't be here, but I definitely would be dead, because the drugs I did took me out. And I got into drugs in 2015, and I wasn't very educated on it. I knew not to do weed, and honestly didn't even like smoking cigarettes. I even tried it here, but because I learned in school not to do that, and it was drilled in my head, I stayed away from it. I just skipped all that and thought everything else was okay. And I'm very thankful for this place, and so is my family. I had my mom write a little letter that I'm going to read. Dear Keith, how our lives have changed. I never thought you would ask me and give me this opportunity to express how your recovery and addiction have affected our lives and put it on paper. First off, I cannot thank Healing Transitions enough for everything they have done for me and for you, and being there when we needed somewhere to go when things really got bad. I will be forever grateful to them. You have done amazing things, and we are so very proud of how hard you have worked to turn your life around. And as a mom, you want to see your child succeed and pray that you keep doing good and achieving your goals, one day at a time with your family by your side. We love you so very much, and we are so proud that you chose recovery. And like being with that, like seeing moms and what they go through. Like I have a friend that passed away to his addiction, and his mom, her name is Diane, also like my mom. She started a foundation called Chasing Michael. And the reason that she calls it that is because like she was always calling or driving somewhere to find her son, never knew, you know, what was happening with his drug addiction. A lot of parents don't know like what to do with their, you know, children when they become addicted. And I threw my parents in it really quick. Diane like does a lot of really good work. And if you have Facebook, everybody at home, if you would like, go check out what she does for addicts. She goes and she gives like gift bags and hangs them on hotel room doors and just kind of like shows people that, you know, they are worth it, even if they are in active addiction, no matter where you're at. She helps a lot of people like us. The Facebook page is Chasing Michael. So like, she does a lot of great work, and definitely like her like posts and the things she does definitely helps us stay sober. And I'd like to thank my family, like them bringing me here, as much as I was against it, like took 3 days in a row. In the middle of it, like we walked into detox one day, I saw the cats. I was like, I cannot stay here with cats. I don't like cats. Turned out last March, I ended up finding one at the same time that I signed out. Just saying, by the grace of God. Just happened it was the same time. But yeah, like I like cats now. But yeah, and then one of those days I was like, I'll go to Trosa, and I even like fooled my family that I had an interview set up, and I called one of my friends that have been through, and like, what do they ask at the interview? All this, all that, to throw that fantasy out there that we do a lot of times, and to make people believe, you know, like that we're trying to, you know, change. Like really, if it wasn't for this place, and all the things that I went through here, like I did a lot, and I actually ended up leaving in last like December, and I lasted 30 days. I went back home. I did not follow any suggestions like going to an Oxford House sober living. I stopped talking to my sponsor. I showed up like one time at a 2001 just to act like I'm doing good, and I really wasn't. Mr. Dickens even knew it. He saw me. Like I was just putting on that whole like fantasy like I was doing good, but I really wasn't. Like I came through the whole program, you know, got up here, taught classes, but I really was not applying any of that stuff to my life and all the stuff that Healing Transitions like introduces you to. I ended up relapsing, and like 30 days later, I was here in 3 hours. So my sober date's like March 3rd of last year, 2 weeks before we got locked down on COVID. And I really think everything happens for a reason, because if it would have been later than that, you know, like I don't know where I would have been able to go. And I'm thankful that Healing Transitions is still helping people throughout the whole COVID pandemic. Like they did like a lot. They opened another detox center. The staff was very supportive of us. Like they even let me do like a staff roast. We did comedy shows. They let us do karaoke, like just let us kind of like live a bit with all the stuff that was going on around us. So I would like to thank all the staff. I'm not going to thank anybody by name because it's not fair to everyone else, because it's a whole big team effort here. There's a lot that goes into it that a lot of people don't see. So like, I'd like to thank all the staff. Thank you. And like I said, like I did a lot of bad stuff here. And when I got voted into alumni status, they asked me of all the things I did, like what would I have done different? And I told them absolutely nothing, because I had to, you know, like not fly under the radar and, you know, be held accountable. And all that stuff made me a better person today. I'd like to thank all the former participants I came through with, you know, the ones that were showing me a lot of love and the ones that didn't. You helped me become a better man. Thank you. And even if I didn't get along with people, which I still do sometimes, like thank God, like to this program of AA, because I can look at someone else and put my differences aside and be happy for them when they're doing well. And most of all, I'd like to thank the current participants, because y'all are the ones that helped me stay sober, coming back, talking with y'all. It's not the memories of the ones that I came through with. Those are important too, but it's important to give back to people. I'm more involved now in AA. My home group is Drug Addicts Anonymous, The Way Out, right up the street that a lot of y'all come to. I'm more involved now than I was when I was here. I kind of just like went through the program here. But now like I can see like it's changed the personality in me. I can't tell you like when it happened, but definitely like that voice in my head that like, integrity. I learned a lot of humility here, putting my pride aside. Let me see if I left anybody off. I do have a very close network of people that hold me accountable. We even have like a little group name. So I like to thank those people. We call each other out on things we need to work on. We support each other. If we're doing well, we are happy for that person. We're not trying to one up them, and that's what really helps me, having a supportive network like that. My sponsors, I've had 2 sponsors since I've been here, Josh Lee and Lisa Hennett. They definitely have been a big part of it. My home group, sponsors, and one person like I thought I'd never like be thankful for and appreciative of is God. Like I had no concept of God when I got here, and if like I can like get one by just sticking around like anybody else can, I feel like a lot of people can get through this program like I did, but it takes like something else, and you have to really surrender that step too. For me, really changed the second time around. Like life right now, isn't perfect, but a lot of things like I never thought I would be doing, I'm doing, and I'm very thankful like for AA and what, like this silver chip may not keep me sober, but it has introduced me to things that can, and I'm very thankful for them. And I root for like the underdog, because I went through a lot here. I didn't just make it through like a breeze, and that's good for people that do, but I had to learn the hard way. So just keep on, going and don't give up. But I'd like to thank my whole family, God, and everybody that's been a part of my journey. Thank y'all. If I can do it, anybody can. All right.
I just did a little arithmetic, so y'all won't know who. All I gotta say is total of 5 guys that was here, 2,229 days. Now you do the math. Next gentleman we're gonna be recognizing Mr. Ray Bukino. Ray first engaged with Healing Transitions on August the 12th, 2019. He was a no-show for check-in on September the 4th, 2019, while in CTR 1, and was discharged from the program back to Met 1, or moved to Met 1. He returned on October the 3rd, 2019 in the Met 1 program and silver chipped out into alumni status on September the 14th, 2020. Some of the concerns Mr. Wilkino got was it missed the T group meeting, not being a brother's keeper, not tour-ready 3 times, unattended property. Some of his enoch was self-centeredness 3 times, self-will 2 times, sloth, inconsideration, fear, procrastination, entitlement, complacency. Please help me welcome silver chip number 920, Mr. Ray Bukino.
Hey guys, I'm Ray. I'm an alcoholic. That's the first time I was here for over a year that Mr. Dickens pronounced my last name correctly. So that was awesome. I appreciate that. My story, so I grew up here in Wake County, and I knew about healing transitions for many, many years before I came here. My folks tried to get me here. Friends tried to get me here. I tried to get sober here in Raleigh for over a decade before. I tried every other house on the block. I'll go to recovery houses. I'll go to outpatient. I'll go to detoxes. I'll go to treatments. But I was not coming to healing transitions because they wouldn't let you have a job while you're here, and you have to stay there. And I've got too much going on. I have to work. And I didn't do anything with those jobs that I had. I didn't do anything with that time. So the biggest thing this place gave me was the ability to sit down, slow down, focus on Alcoholics Anonymous, get a sponsor, take these recovery dynamics classes, work the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, and work on myself. So the biggest thing that kept me from coming here was the biggest blessing about coming here was that I didn't have to work. I got a year to sit down and work on me. And now I have a job that I keep. I go to work every day. I have friends that I made here that I talk to on a daily basis. I've got a group of friends that we get together every Friday night. Shout out to us Friday night poker night guys. 2 of them over there. Yeah, really, it's simple for me. I don't get drunk today. I go to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. I work a program as it's written in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. I take my recovery seriously, but I don't take myself seriously. And that would be my biggest suggestion to anyone here. It's fun. You can have a lot of fun sober. We had a lot of fun here. We were on lockdown and couldn't leave this property, and we'd be playing volleyball. We played basketball. We do cookouts, karaoke. Like you can have a lot of fun without having to get drunk and get high. So yeah, just thank you to the people here. Chef, I can't not thank Chef. Chef is, anyone that's here, talk to Chef about recovery. I promise you, she's not scary. She's awesome. Shout out to Chef. Talk to any of the staff here. Talk to them about recovery. Talk to them about, these people are sober too, a lot of them. They've been through where you're at. They're still doing it, all of them. So talk to them about recovery. It's really close to it. I do want to thank my parents. I cannot go through this. I almost forgot right at the end. That would have been awful. The best thing that's happened to me since I've been sober is that my father doesn't stay up at night worried about me. He'll be 60 coming up. One second. I don't even have words to express what I put that man through and how good I feel knowing now that he can sleep at night. He's going to retire from work one day and he doesn't have to spend the rest of his life worried about me. He's earned the right to enjoy life, and that's all I want out of the rest of my life is for him to not have to worry about me anymore. Yeah. I get to be a son today, and a brother, and an uncle, a father, and a friend. 2 years ago, all I knew how to do was be me and get through a day. I spent every night looking at myself in the mirror saying, tomorrow I'm not going to do this anymore. Every night. I did that for years. I spent years trying to get sober in Raleigh. And I never made it to 6 months. Until I got here and I sat down and I sat still and I did what this place told me to do. I took suggestions I work the steps from the book with a sponsor that works them from the book. I paid attention in these recovery dynamics classes, even the 5th time you take them. Even when you start over and you're back in a chapel and you're like the same 4 classes every week, pay attention. It's recovery dynamics gives you so much information, and all that information comes from the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. That information isn't just a made up curriculum. All of it comes from the big book. So pay attention, do those classes. Like I said, take your recovery seriously, but don't take yourself seriously. If I can do it, you can do it. Appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jason Sexton. I'm the transition case manager here at the Men's. I work with those gentlemen that have completed the educational part of the program and are now either doing a commitment or working and saving money for housing. I first want to congratulate all the men. Powerful stuff. Same thing with the ladies, really powerful. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to introduce those men that have transitioned into CTR2 since the last ceremony. I'm going to give them a couple things. One, I'm going to give them a hat with our logo on it. I'm also going to give them a copy of their detox picture. And then we have a tradition here at the Men's and at the Women's where, you know, the thought is that most of us, when we were out there in addiction and alcoholism, we lost plenty of marbles. So this is their opportunity to get one back, okay? So they're going to come up. I'm going to give them the picture, and then we got a little table over here. They're going to grab a hat and a marble, all right? The first one up is Jed Jefferson. David Sherwood. Johnny Luck. Walter Johnson. Kevin Wyatt. Dave Flynn. John Hubbard. Edward Bennett. Michael Pruitt.
Hello, I'm Justin Garrity. I'm the Director of Recovery Services here at the Men's Campus. Well done, gentlemen. Well done, ladies. That's a powerful chip to have in the pocket. I'd like to say that folks that silver chip and continue to come back up here to HT usually stay sober. Those that wander off sometimes seem to detox. Anyway, I'm silver chip 676 and really honored to be here. A little bit more honored to present a couple one-year employment anniversaries to 2 team members, part of the Rapid Responder Program. The Rapid Responder Program sends peer support specialists out with Wake County EMS to follow up with folks that have overdosed 24 to 72 hours after that overdose event. We, and this team, has taken that concept of just going to visit people from EMS involved overdoses to anyone in the community that needs help. So if someone calls, these folks are not sitting back, but going in. We can think of a peak performer as someone that does great, achieves high levels of success. But typically what happens with the peak performers, they achieve that success and then it drops back down until they have to do it again. These folks are optimal performers. They hit a high level of success and they just stay there. I'm telling you, they are revolutionizing the way we're going to think of community care here in Wake County, North Carolina, USA. One of them has brainstormed the idea of coming up with a Helping Hands hotline. That's to get a 24/7 peer-based recovery hotline for folks that are in active use. We can't reach them during the day, during the week time. At least they got a phone number to call and someone can say, hey, what's going on? Yeah, no, Alex, recording. Let me link you up with them tomorrow. The other one found out that they're in a hometown of Scotland County that, man, they did not know what Narcan was. They got a lot of people overdosing too. So she said, you know what, I'm going to do something about that. Raised a bunch of money to purchase Narcan to take down there, inform people, pass it out, you know, make a difference. So with that, first up, rapid responder, Mr. Alex Peacock.
Yeah, man, I do this because I love it. I left here and like one of you guys said, this is home. Man. I walk in here and I feel safe. And, you know, I always, maybe I wanted a job here, but the opportunity came. Justin gave me a call, told me to apply, and I dove right on it. And I'm getting food for the soul, man. I get to help people. I get to hang out with y'all knuckleheads on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? I'm always rocking with y'all, man. I do it because I need it. And I do it because people did it for me. And I got to do this to stay clean. If I don't, I'm going to get hot. So that's why I'm steadily involved, man. I love y'all. You could do this. If you would have told me 5 years ago I'd be working here and I get a plaque for 1 year, I couldn't keep a job, bro. An active addiction. I never had a job longer than 6 months. I've been employed for a year. That's crazy. Y'all can do it. You know what I mean? That's all I got. I wasn't expecting to speak. So love y'all, man.
And the rapid responder team lead, Courtney Wright.
Hey, I'm Courtney Wright, Silver Trooper 163. This place basically taught me my purpose. This place saved my life, and now I get to go out and help save other people's lives, right? This is nothing but hard work, kind of like what Alex said, like it fills my soul. It gets frustrating because I want to save everybody. I want to make them do what I want to do, but everybody in this room is a miracle, and over at the women's, I love y'all. But yeah, this is like I found my purpose. My purpose is to help somebody else, and that fills my soul. And I'm so proud of all of y'all.
Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate hearing the testimonies of your recovery, sharing that, offering hope to others. Congratulations to Alex and Courtney. Thank you for your service, making a real difference in people's lives. And we'll continue to kind of work on, you know, ironing out some of the wrinkles as we're reopening a little bit. I know some people showed up hoping to attend, and we'll work on figuring out how we can accommodate more people and work on that moving forward. Hope you consider getting vaccinated. That's an important part of getting reconnected up here. And I want to thank everybody for their service. Have a great night.
Thank you.